What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. As 2016 is finally behind us, we have entered a brand new year, so why not count down the top 10 movies of 2016? And look, I know I'm a few days late, I get it, but I had to watch one movie in particular that I'll get to later that I kind of figured would be on this list. Sure enough, it was. I also want you guys to keep in mind that I did not see every movie that came out this year, so if there's a definitive movie in your mind that's like, wait, why is that not on there? It's probably because I didn't see it. So here's a quick glimpse at some movies that I missed. Patriots Day, Silence, A Monster Calls, Manchester by the Sea, The Edge of 17, Fences, Moana, Moonlight, and Patterson. It's hard to do things, you know? And I know everybody says this, but this is my personal list. These are the movies that I think are in my personal top 10. It's not the movies that I gave a better score to than the other movies. Right now, scores do not matter. This is level of enjoyment. These are movies that I've went back and watched multiple times, so I've gotten more out of. This is my top 10 movies. If you guys have different opinions, be sure to comment. I love to hear other people's lists, comment on them, whatever. Here we go. Top 10 movies of 2016. Coming in at number 10 is the latest Marvel origin story. That's right, Stiltman. Nope, wrong character. Why did I write down Stiltman? Come on, guys, it's the shirt. Doctor Strange is visually stunning, and it's a pretty trippy movie. But it gave us a very likable new Marvel character portrayed by Benedict Cumberbatch and some awesome action scenes. The third act is handled very well, and there's a strong performance by Tilda Swinton, who made us fall in love with her character. Not that one, this one. Next up is the Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg connection, once again, Deepwater Horizon. Guys, Battleship had to be a fluke because Lone Survivor this, and apparently Patriots Day is awesome as well. Peter Berg is a great director. This movie floored me, it felt so real, and once again gave Mark Wahlberg a chance to shine. The score, the heart, and the sense of urgency that this movie has made it very special, and I'm so glad that it found its way onto my list. Wow, the fact that I have this so low is incredible to me. Don't hurt me, guys, but my number 8 movie is Deadpool. Look, it was great. I gave it a 9 out of 10. It's just hard to make these lists, okay? But Deadpool is the ultimate R-rated superhero comedy, and it has set the standard for R-rated movies to come. This made so much money, and Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. I am so glad that Fox took this risk. Take more risks, Fox. Less of these, more of these. Exile Ridge will go down as the best pure war film of 2016. Not that it had a lot of competition, but I think it could compete for best of the decade. Mel Gibson is back, baby. Well, directing movies, he should probably stick to that instead of other things. Because the action, the violence, and the suspense in this movie were all executed to perfection thanks to the directing. This whole film is intense, and it is a heartwarming story told in the best way possible, and Andrew Garfield once again does a phenomenal... Okay, who is editing this video? Here it is, the moment that I give in, the moment that you all were expecting. Of course it was going to be on this list, Star Wars. That is Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I can't believe that it's all the way at 6. Listen, it was higher, and then it was lower, and then it was higher, and then I watched the other movie, and it was just like they kept going back and forth. Although it has its flaws and its small problems, I couldn't in good conscience put it any lower than this because I just had a blast with this movie. The moments, the way it ties in, and the surprisingly wonderful cinematography really warmed my heart. Easily one of the best third acts of 2016, and I walked out so excited that I wanted to see it again immediately. Although I didn't, I saw it again the next week. Number 5 is Arrival. This movie absolutely riveted me, and I walked out confused because I didn't expect to be that connected the entire time. Turns that it takes, the directing decisions by Denis Villeneuve. Guys, this movie is just executed so well. The ending is going to leave your jaw on the floor, and the acting by Amy Adams in this movie is definitely Oscar worthy. I absolutely could not get enough of Arrival, and after going out of the movie and thinking about it, it's one of those movies that gets better with age. The more I think about it, the more stunning the movie is. And who knows, it could move up in the future. I don't know. The most recent addition, and the reason that this list took me so long to make, that is La La Land. This movie is fantastic. It's fun, it's full of amazing cinematography, and the reason that I think it is so good is because of the directing by Damien Chazelle. I had a blast with this movie, and as a guy who doesn't love musicals, I kind of like musicals now. It could have been a few minutes shorter, but that's a minor flaw for a movie that's going to win so many awards this year. If you guys want to hear more about what I have to say, I just did my review for La La Land, so check it out. Quick plug. Alright, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. In my opinion, the best male performances of 2016 came from Hell or High Water. Ben Foster, Chris Pine, and Jeff Bridges are all giving 150% to these roles, and frankly, they all deserve some kind of award. The dynamic between the two brothers is amazing, but it conflicts with what you think should be right, what's wrong. That's what I love about this movie, the conflict and the way that it was directed. It's just a smart movie on how it knows how to take risks and how it handles its moments, and that's why I think it's going to hold up in the future. Because those risks that the movie takes pay off in the end, and the final scene between the good guy and the bad guy, or who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, it pays off. It's fantastic. Every aspect of this film works wonders for me, and upon rewatch, it got better. The surprise of the year and maybe the decade to me, I expected nothing from this movie, but it gave me everything. Sing Street changed my life, and I've continued to recommend this to everyone that I encounter. An Irish film about a boy who starts a band because of a girl made me feel this way? What? Yet I love every minute of it. It's heartfelt, it's wonderfully directed, it's perfectly acted, and it cements John Carney as one of my favorite new filmmakers. After this and Begin Again, the guy is just killing it. And once again, a storyline about two brothers that is going to absolutely, if not make you cry, make you very sad. Alright guys, before my number one, I'm going to give you some honorable mentions. Don't Think Twice, Zootopia, The Conjuring 2, Star Trek Beyond, Nocturnal Animals, Hunt for the Wilder People, The Nice Guys, Kubo and the Two Strings, The Jungle Book, and Don't Breathe. If you guys want to see my 20 through 10 in order, I made a special video on my Instagram and Twitter at The Burkinator. You guys can follow me on there to catch what I like that didn't quite make the top 10, but let's not worry about that. Right now, my number one movie of 2016, take a guess, it's super obvious. Independence Day Research, nope. That's a lie. It was tough to put this ahead of Sing Street, but Captain America Civil War enthralled me. I know it's gotten some recent backlash for some reason. People's like, oh, it's not as good. No, it is. It is that good. For me, and it's my list, so. But it blows my mind how this movie works so well. The Russos have this directing thing down to a science now. I just love the look of their movies. It feels so much more cinematic than other movies that I love, like The Avengers. Maybe it's the color scheme, maybe it's the cinematography, or maybe it's how they get another level of acting out of their performers. Civil War had its characters, it had its moments, it had a storyline that I was connected to from beginning to end, and guys, I'm a superhero fan, so of course I'm going to love superhero movies. It also introduced us to two great characters in Spider-Man, in Black Panther. Sure, it deviates from the comics, but if you do it in the right way, I say go for it. They absolutely did it, and right now, as we speak, Civil War is my favorite movie of 2016. I should know, I've watched it 7 times. I have a problem. But guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, it is so hard to make this list because it's so hard to place one thing in front of another. My opinion might change, and I will tell you this, you should follow me on both of my social medias, because if I watch a movie that I haven't watched yet, and I really enjoy it, I'm gonna let you guys know, hey, this movie would have made my top 10, say A Monster Calls or Patriots Day. I will definitely have to tweet and put things on Instagram about that, so be sure to follow me on the social medias at The Burkinator. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this top 10 list, thumb this video in the upward direction, subscribe to this channel. I will have my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2017 coming out tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. This weekend, PopXcast returns with our first podcast of 2017. That is exciting as well. Thank you guys so much once again for watching this video. 2016 was a great year of movies, but 2017, fingers crossed, is going to be even better. Maybe the blockbusters will pick it up a little bit.